Good afternoon. Today we are going to work on a spider spreadsheet. Okay, so you should have a worksheet that looks like this. It's either 2 pages or one, but your rubric is on the second page here. Okay, you are not going to. I'm not going to need this physically in my hands. What this is for you to self-check when you're finished to make sure you've done everything before you turn it in, so you don't lose silly points. Notice down here there's bonus points for adding a picture of a spider. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but understand the grading system will not let me put anything over 100. So what I'm going to use that bonus points for is, let's say you took a test and you got a 95 instead of 100. Well, there's your 5 points. Okay, so I'll decide where it goes. I normally put it on a formal grade first, but understand you've got a chance right here to earn 5 bonus points just by putting a picture of a spider. Okay, and girls that are freaking out, it can be a cute cartoon spider. It doesn't have to be an ugly, gross spider. My husband cracks up when he sees me grading these because I hate spiders and I'm having to cover the spiders to grade the paper. So that's what we do there. So what we're going to do is we're going to open. Actually, I've already got it started. Your first step is going to say to add this information. So once you get that in, then you're going to do this next step. So I only have the 15 minutes that we talked about earlier, so I'm just going to go through the steps. You need a pencil or a pen in your hands because we're going to be answering the questions on the worksheet, and then when you do the worksheet, you're going to check your answers with the answers you wrote down here. All right? Now, the worksheet will get turned in. I will check that when I come in, or Mr. K can let me know that they're done. But what you're going to turn in Canvas is the actual spreadsheet. So let's say you've got this entered. Let's look at number 1. Number 2, bold and center align all the labels in row 1. I've already got it bold, but if I click on the gray one here and I center align, it centers aligns my whole row, okay? If I want it centered within the cell, then I can click on that. It's perfectly all right. Number 3, resize the columns as necessary so that all data is displayed. Right now it is. You might have something like this, and you just double click and it'll spread it out for you. Number 4, right align column A. Now understand, we just centered align this, so when I say right align column A, I'm white plus sign all the way down to 11. Tell it to right align. That's right align, okay? In cell A13, so put your cursor in A13 and add total cost. We want to right align, so sometimes you have to click off the cell and click back on. We want to bold it and we want to right align. In cell A14, we're going to add average cost. And again, we're going to bold it and right align. Mine is already bolded because I had it there before and I erased it to show you how to do this. A15, average size. Again, right align. And the last one we're going to type is number 8. It says total number of spiders. And when I right align, see how it's not activated? That's why I have to click off and click back on. There you go. All right, so now I'm on number 9. Remember, these are public videos. You can go back in and watch them again later. Number 9, in E2, so I come up here to cell E2, and it says enter a formula to give the quantity of spiders. So that means how many spiders multiplied times what I'm paying. Well, price per spider, yeah. So I'm going to say equals this cell times, which is the asterisk, this cell. So that's equals B2 times D2. You can write that for number 9 if you want. Once you hit enter, so that, again, that was equals B2 times D2. Press enter. And if you remember how to copy it down, you come back to 21, you go to the corner where the box is, and you get a skinny black plus sign and copy it down to row 11. And it automatically does that for you. It comes through as dollar signs because you have dollar signs over here as part of the formula. Now, and that was number 10, copy it down. Number 11, format the cells in the price column as currency and 2 decimal points. So I'm going to come down the price column. And remember, we're already on currency, so to add decimal points, I just go here Okay? All right, in cell B13, right here where it says total cost, it says enter a formula or function that will give the total cost and then center line. I want to get it from the total cost column. So let me go ahead, just to make it like the others, I'm going to double. All right. If it's telling me I need my formula from here, that's where I need to get it from. So I'm going to say equals sum, and I'm going to highlight here. I couldn't go up and do the auto sum feature because if I do, it's going to want to add this. So again, what I said was equals sum, open parenthesis. With the white plus sign, I highlight E2 through E11. It automatically fills it in for me. When I press enter, it does the closing parentheses. All right, that is number 12. Number 13, enter your cursor in B14. And now I want to find the average of the total column. So I'm getting the information from the same column, but I'm using the average function. So I say equals average, parenthesis, and again, copy. And before I hit the enter key, equals average, parenthesis, E2 through E11, close parenthesis. All right? Now, you have to be careful when you're reading this because the next one says in C15, it doesn't say B15, it says C15, okay? C15 says enter a function to find the average size and center line, but you've got a special note here. Before you can do that, you have to convert the decimals, you have to convert the inches to decimals. So there's really nothing up here to help me do that. So what you have to do is, and it tells you on the sheet, if you have half, that becomes 0.5. So everywhere you have half is 0.5. If you have 1 inch, you just put a 1, 0.5, 0.5, and the sheet tells you if you have 3/4, it's 0.75, 2, 3, 0.5. Now that it's converted, I can go back in and I can use that in a formula. So right here, I want to say equals average, and I want to highlight from C2 through C11 and press enter. All right. If you're worried about this here, you can always decrease whatever you want to do. It's going to ask for an average later, but that's fine. We're going to do that. We're going to go in cell D16, which is here, and it wants to know the total number of spiders. So here, let's see if our auto sum works. Yes. Auto sum works because there's nothing between here, and it just added that together. Now I want to back up a little bit. Number 4 told us to right align these things, but there was a second step. It said to center align columns B through D. I waited till now to do it because I knew you were going to have more information, and each of these things tell you individually to center align them. So if you want to save steps, you can do it down here after you've entered D16. Otherwise, do it at step 4, and then when you get to these steps, remember to center them. Whichever way works for you is best, okay? Now, let's answer some questions here. You can insert a picture of a spider for extra points. I like let's go to online pictures. I like the nice spiders. I don't like the ugly ones. So the boys will all send the ugly ones. Understood. Whatever you choose, let's do something cute. Okay, I don't like those other guys. They give me the creeps. Now remember, you need to be able to see your numbers, so you can't cover up your numbers. Okay, you can do a couple of different things here. I can get rid of, yep, it does. If you get rid of the who it's from box, it erases the picture. So let's go back in, S-P-I-D-E-R. Ugh, I don't like that one. Okay, let's try this little guy, see if he'll work. This one's a good one because, see, you can see behind him, it's already erased the background. So you just shrink him down, and you want to put him somewhere where he's not going to cover the numbers, okay? This one's got a clear background, so you can move him around wherever you need to. So that one's a cute one the girls can use. Now, we've got some questions we need to answer on our worksheet. Number 2 says 3 types of data that can be entered into a spreadsheet: labels, values, and formulas. Labels, values, and formulas. Now, Mr. K has a copy of this, so if I'm going too fast, he can help you with it when we're done. All right? Labels, values, and formulas. What goes, let me see, horizontally goes this way, so that would be rows. Number 2 is rows. Number 3, what number is in cell E4? So I come here to E4, what is that number? $19, okay? The second part says, is it a value or a formula? Value is a number, a formula means I put in a formula to get the information. So if you look up here in the formula bar, I used a formula to get that number. So number 3 is 19, and the second part of 3 is formula. What is the total cost of 10 spiders? If I come here, the total cost is $247. I'm trying to pause, but remember, I've only got so much time, okay? What is the average cost of spiders? Right here is average cost, so it's $24.70. The average size, you're going to get 0.98. You could round it up to 1. If your computer rounds it up to 1, that's fine. That's just fine. All right. Flip your paper over. Now here's where it becomes interesting. If you decided to increase the number of Arizona blonde spiders, so here's Arizona blonde and here's the quantity. If I had decided to increase that to a 3, see how it automatically changes here because I used a formula. And I want to change Brazilian black, which is down here, change that to 2. All right. Which cells are affected? Okay. Well, D3 changed. E3 changed. D7 changed. E7 changed. B13 changed. B14 changed. And quantity, D16 changed. So that was D3, E3, D7, E7, B13, B14, and D16. All right. Now, Spider Patch is going to have a half price sale, so let me put these little guys back to where they were. That was a 1, this was a 1. All right, so if Bolivian Pink is currently $20, so half of that is 10. And Brazilian Black and White Stripe, so that is a 12, half of that is a 6. Notice how it automatically goes to dollars? That's the way we have it formatted. That's what I love about spreadsheets. Now, when you do that, what will the average cost of the spiders be? The average cost will be $23.10. $23.10. That's your answer to number 8. So let me go back up and put these back. Okay. Now, the next one, it says, which of these can I buy with $105? I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to go right to it. Let's look at C. If I want, let's do this. Let's erase the quantities. You do not have to do all these steps. I just need you to see how it goes so you can answer the questions. If I want 2 bottle brush, if I want 3 Brazilian Black and White Stripe, and 1 Bay Area Blonde. Because I have formulas entered, it tells me that brings me right at $105. So the answer to that is C. So I'm going to come back to where your worksheet should look before you put your chart in. All right. Now it says in exercise 3, create a bar chart to represent the prices of the spiders. And it tells you with the white plus sign highlight from A1 all the way down to B11. You say insert, click a bar chart, And notice how it's got the name of all the spiders here and the cost here. So what we're going to do, I got to shrink this down just a little so you can see it. I'm going to click with the arrow that has the plus sign with the arrows and bring it right down here. Now remember the plus sign, I'm going to add axis labels. So over here where I've got the names, I'm going to say, and they've got this backwards actually, but we're going to fix it. This is a common spider name. Did I spell it right? Yeah, common spooter. I got a common spooter. Common spider name. And then we're going to come down here where, come on, Terry. If I had all the time in the world, it would work the first time. All right, now click where it's got down here and put price. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. It's kind of hard to read these prices here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it to make it active. I'm going to go back home and see where it's got the AB with the line. If I click on here that says angle clockwise, it puts it in an angle so it's easier to read the numbers. All right. So if you read all that, it tells you to set your print area. Normally, you would print this for me and turn it in with your worksheet, but I need you to set the print area, save it. So you're going to go to page layout, print area, set print area. If you do grid lines, it's just easier to read. And to put your name in the header, you go here, header, footer, type your name. So you go custom header, type your name, and then say okay, okay. Remember, you have to save it and close it to be able to upload it, and the worksheet goes to Mr. K. So again, if you need to see this again, it's saved as Spider Spreadsheet on my YouTube channel. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.